Hello, everyone. You know who this be. The one and only Divine Due Diligence coming on here doing my due diligence of giving you what? Time, experience, and acknowledgement. So we on two, day two of the twin flame journey. Yesterday I gave an acknowledgement of the deck of cards. If you missed it, go to the YouTube channel. It'll be there. But I gave the acknowledgement of a deck of cards in each one of the suits. So today I'm going to another natural. So once we get into a deep dive of understanding really what a twin flame is, you will have two great examples of how twin flames are, what they supposed to do, and how do they come about. Okay? The idea of twin flames in the natural. So the idea of twin flames in the natural and the idea of twin flames come from two very different frameworks. Natural twins come from biology and physical reproduction. Mhm. Twin flames come from a spiritual belief system. However, many people use the biology process of twins as a metaphor to understand what they believe is a twin flame journey. Part one: how natural twins are produced. The beginning. One source. Recognize the word in y'all. One source. So if they're saying that twins, natural twins, come from one source, then what would that be for twin flames? It comes from the source, which is God. You got to understand that heaven and earth is connected. Remember, everything starts in the heavens first. This is how the terminology is able to be used on the natural realm, and this natural realm, there's no in between. Everything has to be in an complete order, in complete structure. There's no heaven without earth. There's no earth without heaven. Every human life begins with the union. Remember, twin flames is a union of what? One egg, which is the mother, one sperm, which is the father. This creates a fertilization egg called a zygote. At this point, all the genetic information needed to form a human begins existing within that single cell. Single cell. Twin flames come from source and begin off that spark. Okay? Spiritually, many people see this as a symbol of unity emerging from two sources becoming one. Identical twins. One sperm fertilized one egg. A single zygote is formed. At first, there is only one developing life. Did you hear that? At first, there is only one developing life. The second step, division, breaks off, right? So remember I said I'm going to talk about the blueprint. This is the understanding when you get a little bit deeper that it comes from the source, which is one spark, and then it divides. I'm a female, and then my twin may be a male. Now, mind you, don't get it twisted. It can be a male and another male. It all lies with blueprint. It's not about femininity. I'm sorry, female and male. It's not about that. It's about the blueprint that is designed to be able to heal all brokenness, to be able to be formed in the utmost righteousness of how God designed us to be in the beginning. This is the twin flame journey. For reasons not completely understanding or understood, the fertilization egg splits into two separate embryos. Now there are two bodies, two minds. Listen, two personalities. Let's go over it again. Two bodies. Bam. Two minds. Bam. Two personalities. But they come from the same original fertilized egg. This is why identical twins share nearly identical DNA. Boom, booyah, booyah. This is the blueprint of twin flames. It doesn't have anything to do about split souls and all this and rabba yabba. It's all about the blueprint that is in their DNA makeup to be able to heal the trauma of their life, to go back to the beginning of their DNA makeup, to be able to be like God. That's it. That's it. We need to not take it so all up in the skies that we ain't no earthly good. Do you hear what I'm saying? It's all about how you are operating on this earth. What is your mission that you came down here to do? If you got trauma in your life, there is no way that you can complete that mission. It's all about a healing process, knowing who you are and who you are designed to be. Let's not get that misunderstood or mistaken. That DNA makeup that you have in your body has a mission, has a blueprint to protect. And if you don't heal, that blueprint will never develop into the understanding in which you know it to be. You only know your original DNA from healing. Because we get so bottled up with all the trauma and the misunderstanding of why we go through certain things, we forget what we come down here for. Step 3, individually development. Get the kicker. You separate, but you gotta develop. Although they began as one fertilized egg, they developed separate nervous systems, separate fingerprints, separate personalities, and separate experiences. My twin may not have experienced what I have experienced. And matter of fact, I know he didn't. He had his own experiences just as well as I did, both which caused damages and destructions where codependency was involved, where not being loved the proper way or the design way that we know that we should be loved. These are the things that we have similar alike. This is the design blueprint. Everything that I had issues with, he had the same issues. Only thing that was different, he did not go through the same experience to get that same issue. But it was the same issues. Remember, we're not going to go through everything the same way, but we will get the same lessons out of what we went through. This is a twin flame journey. Even though they share a common origin, they become unique individuals. That's a male. I'm a female. I'm pretty. I don't know about him. Sorry, let me stop. I'm pretty. He's handsome, I guess. I don't know what he look like now. But, you know, at the end of the day, we got to understand that we're not going to be structured the same way. Even though we twins in the spirit, it's never going to be structured out the same way. This is important because many spiritual traditions use this as a symbolic picture. Some origins, different expressions. Now look at this. Take note of this because I put this in here because, you got fraternal twins. Let's make that make sense. So the people that swear up and down that they on a twin flame journey and you have no understanding if you on a twin flame journey or not. This is why the fraternal twins are in place. So what I said yesterday, we all have twins, but all of our twins do not come on the earth at the same time. If one is down here on the natural plane, the other one is in the spiritual plane, guiding the other twin. If your twin is on the earth right now, it is only to make the new earth. We are in right now, new earth time. We are moving, we are rolling over. It laid out the first day of 2026. The twin flames that are located on this earth right now, that's supposed to be, quote unquote, in union to be a force to be reckoned with, to make sure that the earth becomes whole again. This is our job. How do it become whole again? Exactly what I'm doing now. Letting you know the real truth. Letting you know the understanding that all your trauma and your hurts and your pains need to be healed to be able to move in something new, something different, something improved. But we misunderstand it and we stay asleep because we like what we in. We are comfortable how we live or how we think or how we move. When you get out of your comfortability, you know or recognize that, dang, this is something I need to heal. This is a place in my life I need to progress. But we don't. We get so comfortable and like, okay, I don't live my life. I'm 54 years old. Oh, I'm 60-something years old. And you look, I live my life. Everybody needs healing. You don't just live your life to just remain in your sickness because trauma is a sickness. Just like a terminal illness. You sick in your mind. You want love. Maybe you sick in your heart. Then it goes from spiritual, church hurt. People deal with that. So whatever you are hurt from need to be healed. But the uncomfortability part is, how do I heal? How am I able to forget and forgive? Or forgive. Let's do that to have a peace of mind. Because some things you just don't forget. Like I cannot forget a lot because it goes along with my mission. My mission is to develop people out of trauma, deliver them out of hurt, and move them to thrust them forward in purpose. This is my mission, and it was my twin mission. We both are teachers. We both are developers. We have a mouthpiece that will project, and we have a persona that comes off loving, compassion. You know, these are the characteristics that me and my twin have. But because he did not heal, he did not take on the healing part of the journey. He got the trauma part. He got that down pack. But the healing, he didn't want to heal. He was comfortable. Comfortable being that whoremonger. Comfortable being, oh, I'm a be that narcissist. Comfortable in being whatever he wanted to be at the time. I'm going to have you, and you. I'm going to get you for all you got because I know you got money. Look, we know these things. Was that my character trait? No. So as you see in the natural realm, different character traits. You got separate identities. It's all about your DNA. And in the spiritual realm, your DNA is your blueprint. The mystery of twins connection. Many twins report deep emotional bonds, similar thoughts, strong intuition, feeling each other's emotions. Wouldn't you agree? This is the same thing that happens in a twin flame journey. I can be far a distance, but we have a spiritual connection that I'm able to see what's going on. I'm able to hear what's going on. I'm able to know what's going on. I know what's going on. Sometimes things around me tells me what's going on, what he's dealing with in his life. And if he was healed, he has some sprinklings because that's the connection. But healing will take you all the way in and tap into the other person, just like a natural twin. They can be distance apart and still feel each other, still feel longing. Look, you got twins that wear the same clothes all the way up to the day they die because that's the connection that they have. That's just part of their communication. All right, so let's get to this part. Scientists. Science. That's my favorite subject. Science. Science explains much of this. Shared genetics, shared environments, lifelong attachments. Yet some experiences remain difficult to explain completely. There's a mystery. This is why the twin flame journey is a mystery. If you're not on it, you won't know about it and you'll think it's false. You'll think it's not in the correct pretenses or not. You don't understand it or can't even fathom it to be. And you will deny somebody else's twin flame journey because you know nothing about it. You never felt it. You never seen it and you never heard it. And so because you never went through all these things and understand the twin flame journey, you will deny. That's not true. No, it don't happen. So we got to recognize these things. We're not going to experience the same thing in life because everybody blueprint is not the same. Would be my mission and my twin flames mission is not going to be your mission. Will be another twin flame mission will not be another twin flame mission. Part 2, the twin flame concept. Oh, this is where it gets deep. Twin flames are not found as a document or documented in the Bible. This is where everybody want to misconstrue the journey because it's not found in the Bible. Remember, the Bible is a mystery. Everything that you need to know is not going to be there until you really have a personal relationship with God that He's able to download into you what you need for this life's journey of your own. So when He downloads in twins, He is not going to download in someone that's not a twin. Make that make sense. If you are a prophet, He's going to give you the prophet understanding. If you are an evangelist, He's going to give you the evangelist understanding. If you are an apostle, He's going to give you apostle understanding. Make that make sense now. You're not going to get the same downloads and understandings of what everything in concept mean in the word if it's not for you. That would be crazy and non-void. We got to make this stuff make sense. Apostles and prophets are the ones that mostly hear from God because they are the ones that mainly interact with the church to be able to give them the direct understanding of what God is saying to the people. That does not put it on a non-void for evangelists or pastors or whatever the case may be. The missions are just not the same. It's not the same. The basic belief teachings that one soul was divided into two expressions. Listen, y'all. Did you hear what I just said? One soul was divided into two expressions. The purpose is reunion and spiritual evolution. Bada bing, bada boop, bada ba. Boom. This is the twin flame journey. Again, this is a spiritual belief rather than an established fact. Remember, if you're not on a journey, you're not going to go through it, and you probably will never hear about it for your sake. But you got so many people out here saying that they are on that journey. Twin flame stages according to the twin flame teachings. The first stage, the original unity. Original unity. The belief states that before incarnating, that means coming from heaven to earth, there was a single energetic source. Remember, always remember, I told you that we are made up of energy. So this is where the energetic source come from. God is who? The source. Some describe it as one soul, one consciousness, and one divine essence. This is what it is. So when people say, oh, two souls split into one, no. Listen to me again. This is what it is. One soul, one consciousness, one divine essence. This mirrors, remember I said a twin flame has everything to do about a mirror. You're looking in the other person's soul that is connected to your blueprint. And what it gives is the image of you. What is going on with you at the moment? What is the trauma that has brought you to such a thing like this? And are you ready to heal it? This is the only way that you come in contact with your twin, when you are ready to be healed. And then you have divine timing, when things are timed in God's perfect way and will. So it's either one or the other. So this mirrors the way identical twins originally from one fertilized egg. Stage 2, separation. The souls divide into two expressions, just as biological twins become separate bodies. Twin flame teaches, describes this: separate identities, separate lives, separate lessons. Remember, we all are going to go through same lessons, just not the same way. But the lesson that he had to learn was the same lesson that I had to learn to be healed. Codependency was a very big thing. Love was a very big thing. Treatment was a very big thing. Each develops independently. So this is where you come in with the separations. Or when they are right together, and they mirroring one another still, and it's something that need to be healed, they come back. When nothing needs to be healed, they stay separate until the other one gets healed. But that doesn't mean they gotta come back together, because I know for me, I came back after being healed, and that was divine timing at that point. So that part of the journey of union, because some can be in union and some can be without union. Union means you coming together as one. That was the divine blueprint. You getting married, you doing everything that married people did. On his behalf, I'm telling you, he did not want that. And I'm okay with it, because I know I got me a high level soulmate coming. Hallelujah. Thank you, God. And I know he's just right for me. So that part of my journey I have healed. I come to understand who I am, how I was supposed to develop from that to now. And the mistake was not for me, for him. Because he didn't, every time it came back around for his knowledge sake, it didn't happen. He seen the signs because he told me. I see 444 too. I see you all around even when you're not around. But that's not telling you nothing. You knew about me before I even came in your life. You asked for me. Yes, twin flames ask for their counterpart, especially when they're hurt and devastated. All I want somebody to do is love me for me. So because he asked and it was genuine to God, he said, all right, I got you. Here she come. And when I came, I was dogged for no reason. That was the part. You asked for me, but then you dogged the blessing? Let's make that one make sense. So you gotta understand what you're asking for when you say what I really need for my life right now. Not because I'm hurt or devastated or wounded or whatever the case may be, but I need something. I'm yearning for something right now. God, can you send me something that's going to help me and better me and move me out of this pain into something that's healing? So we have to watch what we pray for. Watch what we ask for. Third stage, individual growth. Both people experience this: childhood wounds, trauma, successes. Now, twin flames succeed very high because of this. And this does not take away from anybody else. Remember, everybody has their own blueprint. But twin flames have to excel because they are the main ones that have to develop everybody else on the earth. This is, like I said, this is the only way that the new earth will come about. So we have to be developing every area, every aspect to be able to get the knowledge and understanding. How do you move out of that lesson? So we go through hell. I mean, hell. Some of us go through life and death experiences because we got to know to be able to give people the knowledge and understanding about life for real and not the matrix. The matrix is an illusion, something that you every day see. This is why I don't watch the news. You will continually stay in the illusion because there is nothing positive. Remember, God is positive, unconditional love. He is everything that we need. That's positive. So if we consistently developing our minds off of negative, what Trump doing, what the battle is doing, why we can't get this, why the gas price is high, you will continue to stay in the illusion. This is how people get tripped up. Illusion can put you in a faulty essence of life. Faulty essence. That means I think that person, or she showed me enough to let me know that she got money, but not seeing the signs. Remember, God works off from miracles, signs, and wonders. You will never get tripped up. If you see signs that's telling you to do something, you better do it. That's God talking to you. If you see miracles happen, he's telling you they are close by that's going to happen in your life. Miracles. If you see miracles, it's close by and it's about to happen in your life. He's only allowing you to see because that's what's getting ready to progress in your life. But we really have to make these things make sense, because if you miss the sign, then dang, you're about to miss the mark. And for me, no man left behind. The ones that I'm assigned to, let's say that. Because all twins, that's why you have different sets from different tribes. We're not assigned to everybody. Everybody is not a part of our assignment. Everybody is not going to be attached to us, even though that we have unconditional love, because that is what we are made up of. We are not assigned to everybody. Our job is just to make sure, basically, we educate you from all the false information that you got from a child on up. Because when you brought into the world, you're learning. No matter how you learning, you picking up every day, stuff every day. And all that stuff that you accumulated that was negative, then you got to go back and empty it out because it caused some type of damage, some type of destruction. And then it's like you got to go back and figure out, where did it come from? What was the root of a thing? Healing process can be real deep and hard. You feel like you're suffering, but it's about endurance. It really is. It's about endurance. This thing called life is about endurance. The race is not given to the swift nor the strong. It is given to the one that endures. Endures. What did you say, Divine? Endures to the end. It didn't say that it was going to always be peaches and cream. But I tell you this, in God is peace. I'm living it. In God is tranquility. I'm living in it. And he will not allow people to bother you to a place to get you out of your element. When you are healed and set apart. failures. We fail and we get back up. Yes, we do. It's the journey. I was telling somebody maybe like about 2 weeks ago. I can tell when God get ready to move me on another level because He wipes out everything. I mean everything. He wipes out everything and then build me up like never something that never been gone or taken. This is how you know you are ascending because what you need, the tools that you needed for that time that you are in that part of your life, that system, that understanding of, okay, all right, I got healed at this part, then yeah, I got everything I need. But the ascension come, he wiping everything out because he need that slate to be made clean, made whole, made new, and renewed. So he's going to wipe out everything and give you everything afresh. More than what was taken, broken, or stolen. So if you feel like you losing something and you're not gaining, you going to another level. You done some past what you already been in at that point. All right, I can trust you to the next level. So guess what? I got to clean that slate out. It's like cleaning your house, spring cleaning. What are you doing? Getting all the dust and all the kinks and all the spiders, webs, and everything that's not meant to be in there for that next what? Season. Stop making it hard, y'all. Stop making it hard on your mind and your development. If we really understand life for what it is, all we got to do is identify the natural to the spirit to the natural. It's no difference. Thine kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. So you got to know that there is a twin flame in the spirit for all the ones that said it was sin. At least I was told in my face. He's never going to do something in the natural that is not already done in the heavens. Let's not get that twisted. It's just not for you. This is a design mission because God knew that these people from these 12 tribes could handle it. They can handle the suffering. The suffering is great. It's a great deal. Because we got to be able to say we made it through, that somebody else can see that we made it through without no scars. You looking at a woman that dies, coded out 3 times and was brought back to life. You looking at a woman that has a marking on her skull that's cracked. I have a cracked skull. But you can't see the flaws. That's why I am a twin. And I am on that mission to do my due diligence to let you know that life lessons are just to make you. Just to make you. It's never to break you. It's according to your faith that you will be made whole. Point blank and simple. Relationships. They are always a biggie because no one feels like it's always something. You can be the nicest person for a twin, but it's something that someone looks at that despise. Something that someone say, oh, you think you higher than it. You think because if when someone on the outside is looking in, they can see you. They can see your dirt and they can see your cleanness. They can see your spirit because they on the outside looking in. So they trust and believe. They know who you are. They get intimidated. Why? You got your own blueprint. You got your own gifts. One person may have one talent, the other person may have three talents, the other person may have five. It's according to how you use your gifts. So don't be envy about how somebody else is moving in life. They had to go through something to get to where they at. And their suffering ain't your suffering. And some of the suffering that they went through, you just might not be able to handle it. I'm quite sure you wouldn't want to get your head and your face and your body beat in the floor and in walls. Take that suffering. You got people out here that went through that, that's in the ground today. But I'm telling you, I am one. I am one. Not saying I'm the only. I am one that was healed from that was delivered from that, and that was set free from that. So I'm telling you, if you got the strength to go through it, you got the strength to be redeemed from it. Because it takes strength to do any and everything. It's just according to the amount of strength that you need. This mirrors identical twins developing unique personalities despite a common origin. Stage 4, recognition. This was so powerful. Twin flame teachers describes a powerful meeting. As I told you, I met my twin through my ex-husband, which was my ex-husband's best friend. Hey, look, how you meet is how you meet. Most times you're meeting your twin when God is ready for you to develop. This is why God say, hey, look, I got a will for your life. I got a plan for your life. And so you need to go the way that I'm telling you, go the right proper directions to go, because at the end of the day, I'm setting you up for greatness. But no, the little free will that we got, we want to let that take over and say, look, I'm going to go this direction. I'm going to do what I want to do when I want to do it, how I want to do it. And look, I'm going to get these little 3 kids, you know what I'm saying? From this man, that man, that man. And then, look, hey, look, I'm going to put this in place too. I want to get married twice. Yeah, I like this man. I like that man. Hey, y'all. And come to find out, the one you married is bringing you to next level. That was my story. Not knowing that my husband was the catalyst of my development for my twin flame journey. So he was the catalyst. My ex-husband was the catalyst to get me to my twin flame journey. He brought my twin flame to me. The day I met him, he will always say, you look me in my eyes for the longest. I didn't even go to the car yet. It was a truck. I didn't even go through the truck yet. When I got to the screen door, I just peeked it open, and when he looked at me, I looked at him, and it was a long stare for a long time. This is the recognition stage. I see something in you that is in me. That's what that was. When I start walking down the steps, who are you to me? It's something about you with me. Remember, divine feminites wake up first, because we are connected to the spiritual realms. This is why I tell you the alignment of the chakra system. We all have to go through these alignments. But if you don't want to develop them, there's no place that you can get. There's no point of moving to next level without these things in place and set up in alignment. We're never going to move to next level if we don't do these certain things to understand who we truly are. People often report this: familiarity, intense attraction, feeling known. Remember, I just told you that's what happened to me. Something about it. Deep emotional activation. That happened too. Symbolically, this resides or resembles two twins recognizing shared origins. The blueprint. The blueprint. Shared origins is the blueprint that God has given us for the mission that we're supposed to do. That's it. I had to study this thing, y'all, because people were telling me, like, no, that ain't true. That ain't right. I was like, I gotta get down to the bottom of this because this don't make no sense. You saying this and what happened? What really ticked me off? I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie. What really ticked me off was my twin, my own twin. I see these signs and all this or whatever. I hear you, but you know what? That don't mean nothing. What? Then why I keep leaving or you keep leaving, then we keep coming back? But I said this. I said it won't be another. When I say see you later, I mean see you later. I will see you sometime later, whether it be some days, some months, some years, or whatever the case may be. I'll see you around. But when the word out my mouth comes goodbye, that's an exit, never to return. Do you hear what I say? Every word has a definition, and every word has a cause and effect. See, a healing brings boundaries that will never, ever be broken. So I don't care who you are. And I understand the divine will of God, but I do understand the alignment as well. And not being healed ain't going to work for me. And because divine justice already and is taking place, because whatever, it's all for us. None of us is set apart from divine justice, judgment. This is the new start of another 7-year cycle. So December started the divine justice. So whenever you start getting it, it depends. But December started it. Because we got to go to another levels. There are different heights that we must be aware of. We need to stop being stagnated and make sure we recognizing where we're going. What is the progress or what are the steps that we need to take in our life? I need you all to stop worrying about your age. It's no difference. We all got to go through this process. I stopped looking at my age long ago. Long ago. I don't worry about age. I like to celebrate, but I don't worry about age. Because I told God, however long it takes for me to get this mission done, it will and it shall be complete. It shall. Without a shadow or a doubt. And this is how we all need to have our mind frames. What is the purpose we come here for? Have a little talk with God. Stage 5, the mirror effect. This is considered the central phase. Remember, I told you that mirror effect is something else. Once you come in contact with that twin and you looking them in their eyes, that soul, remember your eyes is the mirror to the soul. So when them souls become in a recognition, I see you and you see me, we have something in common. What is that we have in common? The blueprint. The other person reflection, which fears, which is insecurities, unhealed wounds, strengths. Oh yeah, you can mirror strengths. Yes, you can. And the potential. So you know the women that get in a relationship that see past what's going on. I was what, y'all. I was what? That see past the man and his failures right now, and they like, I just know he gonna be a good man for me. Then you got the men that say, oh, I know she gonna be a good woman for me. Hey, we see that? That's the potential. That don't mean that they gonna ever get there, but we can see it. That don't mean that they ever gonna acknowledge that they got that potential to meet you where you at. That's just potential. Like looking into a spiritual mirror. Stage 6. This is the devastating part. Separation. Many twin flames teaching emphasize a period of distance. The separation supposedly forced. Inner healing, this is what separation's supposed to do. Every time you separate from your twin, it's supposed to help you heal something in the inside. It's supposed to help you to discover you. And the main point of it all, you supposed to become spiritually mature. But hey, you know the comfortability make you stay because you choose that in that same space. Nobody has time to waste. Time is not on nobody's side. At the end of the day, the focus is I'm going to need to get done what I need to get done. This stage often becomes the most painful. It's like separating you two conjoined twins. We know about that. They had to go through something being stuck together, but once they separated, it's like, dang, it's a different function here. I never felt like this before. I can't understand or even fathom how this feels. We go through that. Shoot, I'm strong now. Shoot, nigga, play. Nigga, play. I'm good. I'm all good. Seventh stage. The stage 7 is transformation. Hallelujah. Transformation, y'all. And it's the greatest gift of them all. You heard me. The goal is not merely romantic union. See, you don't gotta be in you don't gotta be with your twin. I would never want to be with my twin again. Ever. Never. But the goal is really to be personally transformed. And that's exactly what I did. People report learning self-love. Ching ching. Abundance, baby. Self-love. I love me. Boundaries. Step back. Tat, tat, tat. You don't know me like that. Forgiveness. I forgive you. Yes, I do. I forgive you. That don't mean I trust you. Hey, look, no sugarcoating over here. And then spiritual discernment. I see what you're coming for. I know you're a mile away. I seen that before. So I know what I'm about to get myself into, and I rather not. Rather not. Thank you, but no thank you. This is what we learn on that journey. It doesn't look, I don't care if it's your mother, father, sister, brother, uncle, aunt, children, deacon, pastor. These are the things that you are supposed to be developing. So if anybody is blocking these 4 things, self-love, boundaries, forgiveness, and spiritual discernment, move them people on out the way. It don't mean you no good and you say, all right, I love you. I love you unconditionally. But I cannot. allow you to interfere with what God is doing in my life. For him, I live, and for him, I will die. This ain't got nothing to do with me and you. I love myself enough to make sure that I'm living in my rightful standards. Point blank and simple. So I'm not sorry. Sorry, but not. Sorry, but not. And we all in this situation have to be okay with developing in the proper way if you truly want this. And they got to understand, look, my life is not your life. How you live yours is not like I live mine. How you want your life to be is not how I want my life to be. If they okay with it, then they okay with it. If they not, they not. That's on them. But you are the one that's pressing toward the mark of the high calling in God. Nobody else. Make that decision for yourself, not nobody else. Stop allowing people to stir you in the wrong direction. Oh, what you think? What you think? You think I should? That becomes the problem. That becomes the conflict. Because you don't understand that these people are messing with your destiny. They messing with your progress. They messing with your next level. They messing with your activation of knowing who you really are. So it's high time for us to stand our ground to say, look, I can't take what you dishing out anymore, and I won't. I love you, but I love myself more. Almost done. Stage 8, union. This is the destined place where twin flames are supposed to come together and right standings with God first, and then with each other to be able to align with the true mission. In twin flame teachings, union occurs after significant growth. What did you say, Divine? After significant growth. That is the only way that they will come back, unless it's divine timing. God say, hey, it's time. Look, we got to get the work done. So he'll tell you, hey, go seek out your twin or whatever. But most of the time when y'all come back together, there's a growth that happens if y'all separate. Some believe this is physical union. I beg to differ for me. For me, just for me. Others believe it is spiritual harmony regardless of the relationship status. Now, that is what I believe. Because we even though it was designed for us to be together, if one messes up and don't want to heal and don't want to learn, don't want to go through the process, that other one still goes through the process, but recognize that's not going to happen because the other person did not develop the way they should have. And there's no going back because that person that surpasses the other one. You're supposed to grow together. Once you come to the realization and you've seen them signs, we were supposed to grow together. That man ain't even no close to being on my level of recognizing what God given us. And I know it to be so. Not even nowhere close. Because when God told me to go back to him to help him, hold up. These conversations that I was talking about caused arguments. Really? So going backwards will be detrimental for me, not for him. For me. So I'm telling you, when you grow and your twin did not come on board for the growth, because when you're supposed to grow together, leave that buster or that hussy behind. They don't want it. and don't go back to reclaim it. I'm trying to tell you, you're going to miss out on some blessings. Look, I can't even get all the answers out. You're going to miss out on the blessings that God does not, because you get rewarded for what you're told to do. We are children unto God. The rewards are great, whether it be good or bad. I take the good, Alex. I take the good for 100, for 500, 1,000, Alex. Really? Yeah. I done had my fair share of pain and suffering. Natural twins symbolize and symbolism of the twin flame journey. Many people draw parallels between twins and natural and twin flame ideas. Seeds, two branches. Seed, two branches. A tree begins from one seed. Over time, two major branches emerge, each growing differently. Both remain connected to the same root. I hope you got that. The root is God. We'll always be connected because we were divinely put together. But that's the part I don't like, because I'm not even, God forgive me. I don't know if it's even wrong to say, but I don't like it because I don't want to be with him, but I still got to feel him. And I can't not block him off because it's divine. It's like two twins that, come in the world together and don't like each other. Exactly like that. Exactly. This is often used as a twin flame symbol. River split. One river divides into two streams. The streams travel separate paths, encountering different terrains, eventually reconnecting. Eventually reconnecting. This symbolizes separation and reunion. DNA repercussions. One DNA strand creates a marching band. The two contain similar information yet functions independently. This symbolizes shared essence and individual expressions. Sun and moon. Many spiritual traditions describe twins' energy as sun activation. Who is the sun? God. The moon recept the moon receptives. Different expressions of one cosmic order. One divine order. Not identical, but complementary. That's just like any other usual couple that you would say, oh, you complement each other. That's what it's supposed to be like. A biblical perspective. The Bible does not teach twin flames. This is why you got to have that walk or relationship to be able to receive from him. However, it does teach several principles that people sometimes connect symbolically. Remember, the Bible is the mystery. So you need to connect dots to this thing, that thing, this thing, that thing, and it will all make sense. I promise you. to the idea. See, and you know what? The Christians are the biggest ones that say, no, not so. You don't see no other religion saying that is not. But I will prove it to you that it's in the word and you missed it. They start off with Adam and Eve. Genesis describes women being formed from Adam's side. Some interpret that as a symbolic unity. However, scripture presents them as distinct individuals created for partnership, not divided souls. That's not a journey. That's creation. That's understanding that man is supposed to be with female. Female is supposed to be with man. Male. However, the Bible states this. The two shall become one. Jesus quotes Genesis. The two shall become one flesh. Matthew 19:5. This speaks of covenant marriage, not twin flames. Yet spiritually, it emphasizes unity through relationship. Jacob and Esau. Jacob and Esau were twins. This story describes shared origin. Whoa. But this don't have nothing to do with no twin flame, do it? Ooh, ooh. Different character. Go back to the beginning of this lesson. You'll get it. You'll get it. Different destinies. Reincarnation after conflict. See, I told you, when you in church, you read that on the surface run, but you don't even dive a little bit deep. You deeper. You don't. This resembles themes of separation. Here we go. And reunion found in many spiritual narratives. The deeper lesson. Remember, gotta go a little bit deeper. Whether one believes in twin flames or not, the symbolic point towards an important spiritual what? Truth. The journey is often less about finding your other half. This is where people get it wrong. And more about becoming whole. This is what it's about. Natural twins teaches us that shared origin does not eliminate individuality. Connections does not erase personal responsibility. Growth happens through separation and experiences. The healthiest interpretation of any spiritual connection is not someone else completing you, but rather this connection reveals parts of myself that needs healing, development, and transformation. This is the twin flame journey. Healing, development, and transformation. In that sense, the biological journey of twins can serve as a powerful metaphor. Two beings, many shares a common beginning, yet each must develop their own identity, purpose, character, and relationship with the divine, God Himself. The greatest spiritual maturity comes not from dependence on another person. That's with anything. Money, house, car, whatever. You're not dependent on nobody. Somebody else spiritual understanding us. You're not dependent on nobody. One another. Another person. Don't depend on them. But from becoming fully established in who you are while remaining capable of deep, meaningful connections. This is the understanding of natural twins and spiritual twins. It works the same. Heaven on earth. This is divine due diligence. Just doing my due diligence of giving you what? Time. Experience. And now I am acknowledging. Peace. Love. Namaste.